Hi everyone, my name is Anthony Hunter. I'm a property investor based in the northeast of England. I've also got a ventilation business. This is a bit of a documentation of my day. I've never recorded myself before. I don't know anything about YouTube and I certainly don't know much about media, but I'm just going to give you a little snapshot into my life. If there's something I do know about, it is property. Me and my brother have managed to build a multi-million-pound portfolio in the last couple of years using other people's money, 100% other people's money. So it's if you're out there and you're thinking that I've got no money, I can't buy property, you're wrong. We've proved you wrong. We're not particularly academic, not particularly intelligent. We just stick to the formula and copy those that are successful. So this is a bit of a documentation of my day. It's not particularly glamorous. This is my office. I'll spend a lot of time sat just about there, working stuff out. I don't sit around drinking coffee all day, contrary to popular belief. But yeah, this is leading you into my day and I hope you enjoy it. I've already had a phone call. It's currently 5:10. There's other crazy people up as well. You don't always have to get up early to be successful. I just operate quite well in the morning. My day will always start off the same. My days are always very different, but they'll always start off the same. We start off with a bit of a plan. I'll put that into some sections and work through my plan. And I'll also hold myself accountable, write a list of what I've done throughout the day so I can try and figure out what tasks I'm getting the most value out of and what I can look to outsource as well. So we're just doing some letting agent calls and we've got a little spreadsheet here. Which I'm not going to show you because it's got all my information on. But this has got names and addresses of people that we usually speak to. I've just not used it and rang the wrong estate agent and called her the wrong name about the wrong property. So I'm going to ring her back and try and book in a viewing.
Hello, we're connecting you and this call may...
So here goes. She might shout at me. So as anticipated, that didn't go particularly well. I'm not sure we'll get a deal off them, so there's a bit of a lesson for us. If you've got a spreadsheet, use one. If you don't, create one, because you might be calling the wrong people the wrong stuff. The next phone call is going to be with an agent that we've got a really good relationship with. We've built a solid relationship with them just through buying property. So they trust us, they like us, and this phone call will look very different.
Hello.
Hi Pamela, it's Anthony. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually just in your file.
No way.
You've emailed about, haven't you?
You've not got another Anthony on the books, have you?
I've got a few Anthonys.
No way. Unbelievable.
I was just double checking before I started. I've rang the owner of Kingsley.
So it's now 10 o'clock, just on my way to Northumberland to have a look at a Lloyds Bank that I think we can get probably 3 houses out of it. So it's a good opportunity, really good opportunity. Nice building as well. Gone through my agency calls this morning, managed to book 7 viewings in, which is good. And I reckon on most of them I could guess within £5,000-6,000 what sort of offers they've got on the property at the minute. So that's important, so you're not wasting your time. So here I am looking at an old bank. It's got a GDV of about 200, and it looks like we'll get probably 3 houses out of it. So there's about 50k in this one, but there's a little bit of risk with the downside. The demand in the area is very good, but the tenant demographics not brilliant. So yeah, we'll take a look inside. So it's 1:30, a little bit behind for the day so far. The viewing took a little bit longer than I thought, and also the sales appointment took a little bit longer than I thought, but it should be worth it in the end. The net profit on that will be about £800, so not bad for a day's work. So I'm just about to make some lunch. My accountant, I've had to reschedule slightly, so we're going to do a telephone call, like a conference call, with me and my brother, who's one of the other directors of Jam Properties. So we're going to do that instead. That just means that I can catch up slightly. Just checking in again. It's currently 3:40, so I've currently been at work, technically at work, for about 10.5 hours now. That is like starting work at about 9 o'clock and still been there at 7:30. So we keep going. Quite an office-based day today, so I've only been out of the house for about 4 hours. So just working on some follow-up activity at the moment, looking at some of the surveys that I've done during the week, some of the sales appointments, looking at bringing some of those orders in. Also looking at some new inquiries, people that have made inquiries through to the ventilation company, and also a couple of people that have made some inquiries through Chant as well. So I'm just working through those. Still a couple of hours to go. My other half will be back soon, so I'll spend a little bit of time with her. She's out again this evening, so I'll be jumping on some activity, and we'll go from there. So about 7:30, back to the desk. A little bit better because there's a glass of wine. It is Friday. Just about to work through a lease option. Just looking for a strategy for it really. This is a 17 units lease option, so 17 properties in total. 49 beds with a value of about 1.4 million. Which will bring in about £4,500 a month. So really good portfolio. Just looking at a way that we can structure buying it so it's tax efficient for the vendor, and so we're not throwing loads of capital at it as well at the same time. So once I've done that, I've got some numbers to work out for the Lloyds Bank that I looked at earlier today, and I've also got some numbers to work out for a pub that I looked at yesterday. So just looking at how many units we can get in them and the end values, and just find some supporting evidence really. So that is me for the rest of the evening. There is quite a lot of lease options in this book, so I just need to find the one that most suits it. Best thing about having a network around you is if you're not sure, you can always ask. You don't need to know all the answers to everything, you just need... So that's it. That is my day complete. It's 9 o'clock. I've had a long shift. I've also developed a bit of a spot on my neck. I don't know where that came from. But yeah, I've managed to look around a really good property conversion, which I think the numbers are quite tight on, so I'm not sure that'll work. Managed to make a couple of sales for the ventilation company, which is brilliant. 17 properties in that portfolio. I think we can make it work on a lease option, which is brilliant because there's very little risk for us. And aside from that, it's a little bit frustrating being a property investor because the fruits of your labour don't become apparent until years down the line. So the cash flow is fantastic. It gives you a layer of security, but you don't always get the fruits of your labour straight away. I'm going to leave you with two things that I've always got told. The best time to buy property was 10 years ago. There's no doubt about that. The second best time to buy property is today. So get on with it and start buying your portfolio. And the next one is a quote that I always get mixed up and I always get it the wrong way around, but here goes. Don't wait to buy property and wait.